It never seems to be easy with the Rams here in this series, folks, and this season has been no different. They've thrown 18 interceptions, and there's still 4 weeks left on the schedule, including 2 huge games against playoff opponents in the NFC South, first against the Saints and then against the Falcons. We got a couple of big games to go through today to round out this regular season, but first, got a couple of contract negotiations. We bring back Avila, Antonio Stroud, but we're going to let Braxton Davis hit the market, and we're going to see what options there are at right tackle in the draft or free agency. We're also going to bring back receiver Eric Pemberton, linebacker Gerald Ricard, and free safety Lawrence Burns, who've been here the entire time since he was drafted 4 to 5 years ago. But everybody else on this list right here, we're going to let walk, including Ernest Jones, Quincy Ellerbe, Zach Tom, the fullback Chuck Johnson, and both our kicker and punter. But I've been very impressed this year by left tackle rookie Kevin Campbell, who has only allowed 5 sacks with 4 weeks to go. So if he does not allow, 1 sack per game going forward, then he will have a pretty solid rookie season. But that will take us into the fourth quarter against the Saints. Rams up 24-21, but the Saints have the ball. A field goal can tie it up. Whitmore on the carry there, goes for 5. That brings up third down. This is Adams stepping up, and he's got the first down, not sliding. He takes the contact and said he's already got 1 rushing touchdown in this game, apparently. And now they're across midfield, behind the legs of Jerry Whitmore, who, if you recall, was one of those rookie running backs the same draft year as Matthew Williams, who is primed to also become a free agent after this year is over. Back to Whitmore again. Only 2 yards here, under 8 to play now here in regulation. Back to throw. Adams has pressure coming, and it's stumped off for a gain of 4 to set up another third down. Adams trying to take off, but Besley tracks him down and brings him down for the sack. 4th and 12, or 4th sack against Adams here in this game. And from the 38, the Saints decide to punt. And that was one of the worst punts I have ever seen in this game. Rams come back out up by 3. Just over 6 to play. Off tackle, Demarius Allen breaking a tackle and now getting across the 45. What a run. A gain of 25 there on the first play from scrimmage. Next play, right back to him on the ground, but this time the hole closes quickly. Now to the air. This is Parson just across midfield to bring up third down and 5. And Wagner throws a pick. It's Cam Maine, the former top 5 selection. He jumps the halfback wheel and cuts off the pass. And Wagner has just given New Orleans a whole new ball game, because now they're in field goal range from the 22-yard line. And if they score a touchdown, we're losing. Empty look on 1st and 10 for the end zone. Incomplete. Well underthrown. Already 3 total touchdowns, though, for Michael Adams. 1 rushing, 2 passing. There's Chris Olave for a first down. Up to the Rams' 11-yard line. Adams has good protection. He takes off and is tackled at the 1. He got the first down, but does not get in the end zone. 1st and goal, Saints. Play fake. Pressure coming. Basnet once again brings him down. Another huge sack from 45. With under 3 to go, the Saints lose 10 yards. This pass out of reach for the tight end. That brings up 3rd and goal. Still 11 yards out. Adams trying to take off again. Ruiz gets there in time. Stopping him at the 3. And the defense eventually holds the Saints to a field goal. They tie things up. off of the Wagner pick. And now 2 minutes to go. Both teams have all 3 timeouts. We start from the 25. Wagner under pressure. He never had a chance. It's Cam Maine with back-to-back huge plays. The pick for the field goal and now the sack for a loss of 10 to open our next drive. And then it's dropped by David Jackson. You don't see that very often. 3rd and 20. We just go completely conservative and hand it off. And now the Saints are going to have a real opportunity to put themselves in front with less than 90 seconds to play in all, well, not all 3 timeouts, but now 2 timeouts after they stop the clock to force the punt. From the 36 is where they start. This is incomplete. Trying to go for Whitmore on the outside. Next play, sticking with the air, and this is Olave for a gain of 9. 3rd and 1. They're going to throw it, and it's batted down at the line. I think that went off somebody's helmets on the front 4. And that brings up 4th and 1. They would punt the ball away. Rams take over, 1:01 on the clock, and all 3 timeouts for us. David Parson for 4 yards to open this possession. Target line is around the 32-yard line for Koo now that he is like 36, 37 years old. He does not have as much power as he used to, which is why we've punted the ball so many more times from the 35 and the 40 when we are usually in field goal range and every year before this one. Under 30 seconds to go. Floated and caught! David Parson with a couple of huge grabs here on this drive. And now we are in field goal range. We use our last timeout with 5 to go on the clock. The Saints will try to ice Koo. And now he's got it out for about a 46, 47-yard field goal. It is up and good. And the Rams hang on to win by 3. 27-24. And we have moved to 9-5 on the season. A huge win right there. We outgained the Saints by over 100 yards and scored in every quarter. Both quarterbacks with a pretty solid rating, even though Wetter did have those 2 interceptions, one of which was nearly extremely costly. But a good day for Michael Adams despite the loss. Trevor Alford hauls in 2 touchdowns plus 89 yards. Morgan Stoudemire, 86. David Parson, 81. David Jackson hauls in a touchdown as well. While on defense, 2 huge fourth quarter sacks from Quincy Badsnight, plus a couple from some other defenders on our team. We didn't force any INTs, which has been a problem for the defense all year long, but perfect on kicks. 5 for 5 for Koo. But the Seahawks took down the Falcons, so we're still a game behind them. Going into a game against the worst team in the entire league, the 3-11 Pittsburgh Steelers. We cannot lose this game. It would be incredibly embarrassing. And thankfully, we do come out on top, although it was close, 21-17. A bit too close for my liking, but it's still a win. You take those regardless. Tua and Wagner both held below 200 passing yards, but Demarius Allen puts on a show with 136 on the ground. He scores. Perry Kaysen scores. David Parson hauls in a touchdown to 47 yards, but not a whole lot of passing stats for us here in this game. Warren Terry, Jermaine Kennedy both get to the quarterback, and Yomi Koo is keeping up another really strong season. But the Seahawks keep on winning now against the Panthers. So we're still a game back from them going into a game at home against the 10-5 Atlanta Falcons. Both teams bolstering top 3 offenses, but they obviously top 2 with Ritter throwing like 30 touchdowns, but John Robinson, by far the best running back right now in the entire league. And that's who we have to face here today. Both teams 10-5, both teams trying to win their division, but we're still trying Seattle. It's a huge game right here. If you guys wouldn't mind, please do like the video and subscribe if you enjoy the content and want to see more on the channel. And also comment your thoughts down below on how you feel about this current season and our quarterback, Jesse Wagner. Without further ado, here we go in Week 17, hosting the Atlanta Falcons and Bijan Robinson. They will, of course, start with the football from their 25-yard line. Only 5 interceptions for Ritter this season, but 30 passing touchdowns. Bijan Robinson is right now first in yards and touchdowns among all league running backs. So we got to play well against both the run and the pass to just win this game and come out on top. But we just lost Quincy Badnight on the first drive. Grabman is back, and he will head to the sideline. He will exit. Robinson on the carry. Nothing there. Tremaine Candidates in the backfield for a loss of 1. From the 35. Check down to Drake London. Bring up 3rd down and 6. Ritter panicking and throwing the ball away down the sideline. A couple defenders closing in, and the defense gets off the field on the first Atlanta possession. Now it's time for the offense, coming off probably Wagner's best performance with our new playbook. And we're going to use it once again here, trying to see if we can do it all again. Can Wagner prevent any turnovers and just play a clean football game here? He's going to keep it on 2nd down. Please never again. That'll work for most quarterbacks, but not him. He's just not fast enough on his feet. 3rd and 6 and thrown away. The Rams go 3 and outs. So Atlanta will get it back starting from their 32. Don't want to give this team too many opportunities, especially offensively, when you can't score. Robinson makes a man miss, but nothing really there. And he is coming off an absolutely amazing week. What in the world? 264 yards and 4 touchdowns on 14 carries? What in God's name is that? That better not happen here today, folks, because if it does, we have no chance of winning. What in God's green earth? Drake London's got the first down. Up to the 44-yard line. About half of the quarter gone now. Robinson gets the give. Only 5 there. 8 yards on 4 carries to start his day. We always start well against the run this season, but then things kind of get worse as the game goes on. That's just a straight drop by Tavares Ragland. Just saved a first down. 3rd and 5, and they'll get all of it back to Peoples-Jones. And plus territory now. Ritter hit as he threw and overthrew the end zone entirely. Bradley Lynch brought the pressure that time around. Gonna stick with the air. Ritter under pressure, and now he is sacked. Antoine Washington in there with Quincy Badnight hurt, but now Badnight is back out there. So he's not going to be gone for long. This pass is incomplete on 4th and 22, and the Falcons will have to punt once again. So 2 early stops by our defense. Just what you want from them to start this first quarter. Now can the offense give us some life here? Starting from their 20. Nothing there on the reception to David Parson. That brings up 2nd down and 10. Falcons bring 5. Allen picks up the rush. Wagner heaves it down the field, and it's almost caught, but knocked away by Rich, the safety. Really nice play by him in coverage. 3rd and 10. And the screen trying to go for Offord is instead in the dirt. Another 3 and out by the Rams. The Falcons take over even further upfield now, starting from their 39. Ritter taking off on first down, and he's got it across the 50. 13 yards on the run, and that will move the sticks for Atlanta. Right side, knocked away from Ragland. George Vance with the pass breakup. They're going to stick with it. Down the field and broken up again. This time by the rookie Jonathan Dodson. For safety stepping up here on this possession. Now Ritter stepping up. And he is tackled just shy of the line to gain by Daniel Levy. And once again from the 38-yard line, the Falcons elect to punt the ball away. Just like we're doing these days. They're not going to get aggressive here. 1st and 10 Rams. It was a pretty solid punt. We start from the 11-yard line. Quick drop back, and there's our first down of the game. Trevor Offord over the middle up to the 30-yard line. 19 yards on his first targets, or his first reception rather, not his first target. This is Perry Kaysen on the ground. 8 yards for him. To bring up 2nd down and short. Last play of the quarter, and Kaysen converts the 1st down. But no score through 1. Just 9 offensive plays for the Rams thus far, but the quarter starts with a check down to David Parson. Now he's got 2 yards on as many receptions. Need a better average there. Kaysen off tackle. Finds some running room to the outside and converts the 1st down. Now we're the ones in plus territory. From the 46, over the middle, complete to Trevor Offord. Gone his way a couple of times now, trying to get a number 1 receiver involved here in the first half. Demarius Allen, not much there. 3rd and 3, we are just outside of field goal range. A 1st down gets us there. Wagner, outside, completes. David Parson and Trevor Offord, the 2 most targeted players on the team, it seems like, this season. 1st and 10, Allen completed and just getting rid of A.J. Terrell. Gotta watch that one again. He just completely dismissed Terrell here on this broken tackle. Just completely stiff arms him in the dirt. What a play. And now we're in the red zone. Right back to Allen, up to the 10-yard line to bring up 2nd and very short. Gonna keep it through the air, but Jackson can't hang on. Knocked away by the defender. 3rd down. From the 10, Allen's got a hole, and he's got it inside the 5. 1st and goal, Rams knocking on the door. Can we convert? For the end zone, it's caught by Morgan Stoudemire, and the Rams strike first. It's going to be a tough game. Both defenses playing hard, but we jump in front for the first time in this game. The PAT makes it 7-0. That was a 13-play, 90-yard, 6-minute drive. Clinical stuff right there on the offensive end. Atlanta gets it back, and they start with a big chunk play. Bijan Robinson getting 23 yards on by far his best run so far in this game. Gonna give it right back to him, but Warren Terry tackles him from behind for a 1-yard loss. Got in there a couple of times. This one's caught by Ragland for a short gain. 3rd and 6, a big play for the Falcons offense, and they've got the 1st down to Donovan Peoples-Jones. He's already got 3 receptions so far in this first half. Robinson back in for the carry, but nothing there. Emmanuel Forbes brings him down. Just under 3.5 to go. Ritter taking off and sliding after a gain of around 8 yards. Only 2 yards needed, but Carl Graham in the backfield for a loss of 1 again. 3 different players. Candidate, Terry, and now Carl Graham have all been there in the backfield for a loss of yardage. Carl Graham saves the 1st down and forces another Atlanta punt from no man's land. But they're getting some good punts from their punter. We start from the 13-yard line. Allen breaks a tackle and gets back to the original line of scrimmage, but a lot of work to do just that. Out of the warning. Pass complete. David Parson on the reception. Wagner 9 for 13, 66 passing yards. Pretty low YPA, but a pretty good completion percentage at least. Now from the 25 after the first down. Caught by Stoudemire. 3 to go on seconds. Got to get to the 35 for a first down. But out of reach for David Parson. Terrell in coverage. But a missed throw from Wagner brings up third down. And we convert right to number 5, Trevor Offord. We use our first timeout. Just under a minute to play, and we're going backwards now on the dump off. That's why I despise that play. Now, a long way to go on second down. Play action and overthrown again for Offord, and he had him. He had a step on Rich. Just couldn't link up. Third down. Wagner under pressure, and he's sacked. A big loss. The Falcons use their timeout, and they take over with 13 seconds on the clock, with 2 timeouts in their pockets. First play goes nowhere. 9 seconds left. Second down and 10. Down the field, and Ritter's got Robinson. And now they're in field goal range. Don't even have to use a timeout. And just like every other game, we allow a score going into halftime. This seems to always happen like 80% of our games. It happened last episode against the Titans, and it happens here against another really tough opponent. One-score game at halftime. A very slim lead, very defensive game so far as well. Neither team really passing the ball all too efficiently. But the Niners right now in a battle against the Colts. Obviously hoping for them to lose that game. The Raiders are on the road, and they end up losing against the Titans, who are making a very late playoff push. Still trying to keep their three-peat dreams alive. Meanwhile, a huge game to keep track of. The Cardinals right now hosting the Seahawks, but they're losing at halftime. Hopefully the Cardinals can win that game, because if they can, then Week 18 might become all more important. We start the second half with the football. Demarius Allen gets the carry, but only 2 yards per so far through 5. And now a drop from David Jackson again. Brings up third down and 9. Wagner links up with him this time, though. He hangs on and reels this one in at the 50-yard line to keep this drive going. Just his second reception all day long, but he's been given plenty of targets. Now, Allen back outside, nothing there. Run game not working to perfection here whatsoever. Second down and caught! It's Offord, he's gone! Touchdown Rams! 50 yards to the house. A huge play to open up this third quarter. A touchdown drive, just what this team needed going into the second half. Absolutely huge, and this play alone has given us like 5 or 6 touchdowns this season, man. And they've all been to Trevor Offord and Eric Pemberton. Atlanta takes over, and Ritter throws a pick right to Richards on the very first play. And they have lost all their momentum that they had going into halftime. The Rams take over a 14-3, now in field goal range. Allen with a good run inside the 20 for the first down. His best run all day long. Rams offense picking up some steam, but Wagner almost throws a pick. Right to A.J. Terrell. From the 15, looking end zone and batted away on a diving play. Raekwon Rich has made some absolutely huge plays here in this game. Third and 10. Wagner backing up and taking the sack. A loss of 8. And we're going to have to settle for a field goal. It's still going to be a 2-score game. But it is 17-3. That is a nice cushion to have right now here in this second half. Atlanta's offense trying to get themselves back on track after the turnover last possession. They're not going to be afraid to throw it here, but Ritter has to throw it away. From a 21 on 2nd and 10. Play action and knocked away by Darius Richards. Drake London, the intended targets. That brings up 3rd and 10. Ritter facing pressure. Completes it to London down the sideline, and he is gone. Touchdown Falcons. 79 yards, and that was a huge bust in coverage. What even happened here? He's wide open. And here's what happened. It's a rookie mistake. Jonathan Dotson matched up one-on-one, but then he switches to Bijan Robinson on the route when really it was Antonio Stroud's man, and Stroud switches too late. Just a rookie mistake, a miscommunication, and now it's a one-score game just like that. Two big offensive plays by either team here in this third quarter, and still plenty of time to play. We get it back, though. Still up by 7. Offered. Complete for the first down. Play fake on 1st and 10. David Jackson for a gain of 7 yards. Allen gets the carry. Up the gut. Push forward across the 45. And he's brought his average way up to over 4 per carry now. From the 46, right back to him. And up to the 50-yard line. It's pretty crazy what a good balance of running and passing gets you. It's almost like you can move the ball pretty consistently once you can do both of those things. 3rd and 5, though, just across midfield. And the screen goes off of a defender's helmet at the line of scrimmage. And Allen couldn't reel it in. 4th and 5, the Rams give it right back to the Falcons, unable to score on that possession. 3:25 to play here in the third. Robinson up the middle, breaks a couple of tackles, and gets up to the 30-yard line to bring up 2nd and short, which he converts. Drive kept alive. Play action. Ritter way off the mark for London. Can this defense just get a couple more stops for us? If we can hold them to 17 points or less, then we can obviously win this ball game, but it also includes our offense not having to turn the ball over at all, which we know in this year at least has been a struggle. First down there to Ragland. Under 90 seconds left here in the third. Ritter. Pressure coming off the edge, and he turns right into a sack. The ball's out, but it's recovered quickly by the Falcons. A loss of, 14? Now they got a long way to go. And they just go to a short throw for London. 3rd and very long coming up. Should be a pretty easy play for the defense. Ritter throws it away. More pressure from Quincy Bagsline. He's been on one these last couple of games. They're going to punt from the 38-yard line to close this third quarter. And look at this punt. They pin us inside the 1-yard line at like the half-yard line. They're screwing us to start the fourth quarter. I see how it is. Here we go, though. Start of the fourth. Inside our own 1. You cannot take a safety here, up by 7. And we're going to throw it. Wagner down the field. It's caught by Offord. What a grab to go up and get one-on-one. A high-pointed ball, a 50-50 ball. And Offord reels it in. We've got to do whatever it takes to bring this guy back. I know that, we're going to have to franchise tag him this year, but we've got to get a deal done, man, because if we lose him, then we lose so much offensive firepower, it's not even funny. We got to keep this guy around. We're across midfield now. 1st and 10, Demarius Allen. The 5-yard reception. Jesse White now over 200 passing yards here in this game, and adding to it on this first down play. Only 2 sacks for the Falcons. They're a top 5 pass rushing team. That was almost picked off. Dangerous throw. Got to be careful here. Do not want to turn the ball over this late in the ball game. In a 1-score game, no less. Wagner hit as he threw. 3rd and 10 coming up. A big play because we're not even in field goal range. We go to a screen, and we don't even get anything out of it. No yardage gained effect. We actually went backwards by a single yard. And we might have to go after a new punter, folks, because we need somebody that can actually hit kicks from this far out now. Because we're not even taking those kinds of chances any longer when we used to. That used to be field goal range for us. And now the Falcons break one loose. Ragland has daylight. And he's gone on the first play of the drive. And just like that, this game is all tied up. Dodson, another rookie mistake, takes a really poor angle. He'll go single high safety with him, and that was a big mistake. No George Vance out there for that play, and it's 1st and 10 Rams, now tied at 17. We were up by 14 points just a quarter ago, but now it's tied. From the 25, Allen up the middle, can only get 4. Now a crucial 3rd down. We cannot give the ball back to Atlanta. And we're not going to yet. Stoudemire finds himself open for the first down. We're back up to midfield. Just over half the quarter left. Wagner, incomplete. Knocked away by Raekwon Rich, who's been everywhere on the field in this game. This is David Parson for 8 more. A big 3rd and 2. We give it to Allen, and he's got the first down. We're back to the 39-yard line. We need to get like 5 more yards for field goal range. We hand it off, and we're going backwards again. A loss of 3. What is it with this part of the field and us always just making life difficult for ourselves? 2nd and 13, and a dot is thrown by Wagner. Stoudemire all the way inside the 15. What a throw on the move. A huge play by Wagner gives us life. 1st and 10. Missing the throw over the middle. He was due for one of these. From the 12. Sticking with the air and almost threw a pick. Gotta be careful here, man. Things are getting dicey. 3rd and 10. Wagner steps back and throws it away, evading all the pressure. So 4th and 10. The Falcons hold us to a field goal, but we are back in front, 20-17. Can our defense get the stop they need to close this game out and give ourselves a chance at a division title? Starting inside the 20-yard line, Drake London on the reception, 8 yards. They got to go pretty fast here. They have some time in all 3 timeouts, but you don't want to just waste your time here. First down up the seam. Drake London having a pretty big day. Had that huge touchdown earlier in the half, and now adding to it here, this is Ragland, who also had that big touchdown. He gets 5. 2nd down. Rams bring 4. Batted away by Shaquille Stuckey. Don't call his name very often, but a big play here in the 4th quarter. Brings up a 3rd down. They're still finding London open on these slant routes time and time again. Out of the warning. Both teams have all 3 timeouts still. This is complete to Peoples-Jones. Couple of short yardage plays by the Falcons trying to work their way up the field. This is down the field, and it's picked off the tip. George Vance reels it in off the tip from Quincy Basnight. What a huge turnover here with less than 90 seconds to go. 50-50 ball, and this is like the first time ever that we have picked off a pass off a tip. We almost never do that. Harry Kaysen gets the first down on the very next play, and the Rams hang on to win by 3 points. We move to 11-5 on the season. A huge win. It wasn't easy, but we got it done. What a victory. And it was another clean game from our quarterback, and we won. If we did not get a clean game from Wagner here, then we would have lost this game, no doubt about it. We picked off Ritter twice, 2 huge INTs in this second half. Trevor Offord had a massive day, 121 touchdown. Stoudemire played very well, and we had a couple of sacks from Basnight and Antoine Washington, plus the picks from George Vance and Darius Richards. This defense is playing so damn well these last 3 to 4 games, and really ever since the first couple of weeks they've been playing lights out. We don't get 3 sacks though, which means we don't meet the goal, but we do get 1,000 XP for the entire team for the win, and the Cardinals did end up beating the Seahawks. So now we go into the next week, week 18, and we have a primetime game against the Cardinals, but that comes after a 4:15 game for Seattle hosting the Browns. So their game happens first, and we're going to go see if we're going to have to watch this Week 18 game, and we are not going to have to. The Seahawks on the bottom of your screen right there, they beat the Browns 28-14, so we don't even have to watch this game against the Cardinals because they have the tiebreaker over us for the NFC West lead. The Seahawks take this division, but we end up beating the Cardinals either way, 38-22. A dominant victory here, and Jesse Wagner puts off his best game of the season to close the season too. 5 touchdowns, no picks, over 300 passing yards, and a near perfect passer rating. You could not ask for a better ending to our year, except if Seattle would have obviously lost this game this week. But 3 different receivers haul in touchdowns and put up 75 plus yards. David Parson hauls in 2 touchdowns. We got, 5 sacks in total against Joey Simpson. And we also got a pick from Emmanuel Forbes in this game as well. No fumbles forced, but our kicker was perfect. 6 for 6 on his kicks. And we're going to face the Minnesota Vikings, the last team I would ever want to face in the playoffs at all in the wild card round. Mike Kopp and the Vikings are back. It all comes full circle. Have we improved this team since that Week 2 loss enough to where we can finally take down the Vikings? A real test comes against them next time around. Wagner coming off a Player of the Week performance, but we end up with the 5 seed. The Seahawks don't end up with the 2. The Eagles actually also finished 12-5, I think, and secure the 1 seed. The Falcons have the 3. Meanwhile, the Tennessee Titans do end up making the playoffs as the 3 seed over there, so they are going to have a chance to get their 3-peat underway here in the playoffs this season. But what a year. Obviously, we were like 3-4 to start our season. Now we're 12-5. We really turned things around again, just like the last 2 seasons. And now the biggest test comes against Minnesota. But really, both sides of the ball turned things around. They finished top 3 in yardage on both offense and defense. Number 1 in sacks, but also still last in giveaways. Wagner ends up with over 4,800 yards of offense, passing-wise. 35 touchdowns to 20 interceptions. Only had 2 picks the last, 6-7 weeks, ever since the playbook change. he has been way, way better. Only has one game with any INTs since week 12, which was our last game with the playbook. So that's been big for our win streak. And Matthew Williams and Allen end up with pretty similar numbers on the season, but obviously Williams' numbers are a bit better with a 0.7 average increase over Allen. But Trevor Offord has put up another monster season, man. We cannot just let this guy go for pennies on the dollar. We got to get this guy back and bring him in, because even on 24 less catches than last season, he was averaging more than 3 more yards per reception this year. David Jackson also had over 1,000 yards. And Pemberton, weird thing here, Pemberton's production really dropped off after the playbook change, but Stoudemire's production skyrocketed. He had like 65 yards halfway through the season, but now he's got over 400 to close it out. Kevin Campbell ends up with the most sacks allowed on the team, but 7 is really solid for a rookie left tackle. That's really solid for any left tackle. I thought he was fantastic, and I think he is primed to be our starter going forward at that position. Now for our defense, only one player with double-digit sacks, but it did not really matter because we still, in total, had the most sacks as a team, which I can't really complain about that, can I? We had 8 total picks, 3 from Dodson, 3 from Richards, 1 from Forbes and Vance. So pretty much all of them from our secondary. None for Daniel Levy, funny enough, when he usually racks up 3 or 4 a season. Meanwhile, Younghoe Koo, perfect on PATs, but had 1 field goal blocked and missed 1 field goal as well. But Wagner ends up leading the league by far in yards, while Joe Burrow with the most touchdowns, Wagner in third, but then he was in first with the most INTs by a country mile. 20, the next highest guy had 14, so obviously the playbook change is hopefully going to remedy that. But John Robinson is coming off a monster season, over 1,800 yards, 15 touchdowns. DeMar Perkins had the most touchdowns for our running backs, while Jamar Chase had the most yards among receivers and had the most touchdowns as well, tied with Marvin Mims. But Trevor Offord was number 2 with 12, so he was up there and had a career high in touchdowns caught. A couple of guys up here for the worst left tackles, but Levy ends up with the most tackles, among all linebackers. Quentin Williams, most tackles for loss, most sacks belongs to Micah Parsons. And then most INTs, you had a lot of guys with 4, like 12, 13 players had 4 interceptions. Nobody had 5. And you had probably like 6, 7 guys, including Carlos Ruiz, who had 2 forced fumbles this year, both of which for us came in 1 game. And then for kicking, looks like Younghoe Koo, Roy Covington, and Matt Firth were Martin Firth rather, were the best kickers this season. But what a year we have gone through, and what a matchup we have to potentially round it out, but who knows what's in store for the wildcard game. I will see you guys there. Pretty much a rivalry now with the Vikings. We gotta win this game. So, a big one next time out. The playoffs in year 9 starts here next episode. I'll see you guys there. Peace out.